AITA for kicking my SIL out for eating my order? My husband's sister moved in with us after a major argument about the baby's name they're expecting, and she's 7 months in. She's known to be picky and refuses to eat what we normally cook. We only cook her favorite food, which I can't eat, allergies yay. Every day at dinner I have to figure out what to eat since she only eats food that I'm allergic to. Last night, my husband agreed that he'd cook for her and cook for us together separately. I got home after a long day at work and found out that SIL convinced my husband to only cook the meal she wanted and cancel on the meal we planned to have. I saw them eating together in the kitchen. My husband apologetically said his sister convinced him to eat with her and not cook the meal I wanted us both to have. I said it was fine, then went to order some food from the restaurant. I went to take a shower and did some work on my laptop, then came downstairs to find my order placed on the kitchen counter. It was open and someone ate the majority of it. I turned around and there was SIL standing saying she woke up hungry and couldn't resist the smell that was coming out of the box. I lost it and yelled at her asking WTF she did that, but she said that she did save me some, which isn't true because there was only some rice and dressings. We started arguing and I told her I couldn't take this anymore and told her to pack her shit and leave first thing in the morning. She began crying and my husband got involved and defended her up and down, repeatedly saying she's pregnant and is eating for two basically. He suggested I go make myself something quick from the fridge and let it go, but I refused and a bigger argument ensued. AITA for kicking her out over this? NTA, and you don't have a SIL problem. You have a husband problem. Don't get me wrong. Your SIL sounds like a spoiled, selfish, and entitled piece of work, pregnant or not. But your problem is that your husband is more concerned with her health and happiness than yours. He needs to get his priorities in the right place. Yeah, like how exactly was the husband convinced that his wife, whom he promised to make food for and therefore was expecting it, didn't need to eat dinner and didn't need to be told that she would have no dinner, apparently literally because she wasn't even allowed the food she got for herself afterwards? SIL is ta, but husband is the bigger ah. Just throw that whole family away. It's very clear how little they think of you, op. NTA. I don't get it. Why would you convince your host not to cook for the wife? It makes no sense. How can he be okay with that? I mean, maybe if instead he switched and cooked same meal for him and sister and something just for wife. Where do people keep finding these spouses? NTA, and honestly, I think your husband should go with her. She's not an infant herself, she can make her own food if she doesn't want what everyone else is having. And if she wants more when she's done with that, she can find a way to get it that doesn't involve depriving you of even one meal. OMG, this, so much. Okay, she convinced him to eat with her to keep company, but he should have still either cooked for you as promised or order takeout. You need to have a major talk with him. That's not okay. NTA. She knew what she was doing. Even if she did leave you some, she's disrespectful as fuck for not asking first, especially after she already ate dinner. You couldn't have been in the shower for that long. She wasn't hungry. She's greedy and vindictive. You need to have a chat with your husband about his priorities. NTA, eating for two is not a license to be a selfish asshole. She ate, then knowing you'd ordered food because you couldn't eat the food she insisted on having, she ate yours, too. The fuck? I would have shouted the house down. She has a husband to torture, he signed up for that shit, not you. I'll bet she is used to the world revolving around her. She's a shit for being selfish, and sorry, but your husband is a shit for not putting his foot down and defending your boundaries. She doesn't care because her brother hasn't yanked her up short and explained how it's not okay to be a selfish asshole to his wife, her host. The only winner here seems to be your brother-in-law, who is getting a break from this shit. NTA, and your husband kind of sucks. I get pregnancy cravings and all, but the entitlement of your SIL is off the charts. Being pregnant doesn't take away basic human decency and self-control. I'd tell hubby it's her or you, because right now it seems like you're the roommate and she's the wife. AITA for dumping the truth on my sister? My parents had two girls, me, 17F, and my sister, 14F. I have always felt like my parents saw me as a babysitter, as a third adult in the house, and have expected me to be a 40-year-old kid teenager. Whereas my sister was their baby. They spoil her rotten. They adore her. She has never wanted for anything and they do everything to make her happy. I was expected to help take care of my sister for as long as I can remember. She's not special needs, was never sick, wasn't even a preemie either. But that was the dynamic that was set up. I remember I would come home from school, and mom would have me help feed my sister. She would have me watch her then while she was in and out of the house. I would be told I needed to play with her if my sister was upset. She'd miss me a lot and my parents would insist I dedicate my time to her once I was home. We'd go out as a family and she'd want something and they'd get it for her. But I would be told to act my age if I wanted something. She would get to hang out with friends whenever she wanted, would have really amazing birthday parties and sleepovers that I was never allowed to have. I also never got to attend sleepovers at other friends' houses. There were times my parents would take her to do really amazing stuff, and I was left behind. Over time my sister started to get annoyed by my pulling back when I was around 15. I kept to myself, I'm moody around them, I don't engage in the family, I take the punishments rather than do chores, since she has none assigned to her. My parents hate that I won't be the little housekeeper they wanted. My sister has told me I'm a brat and ungrateful for not helping our parents who are amazing. Over time it has gotten worse. Then she heard me making plans to leave with my friends in a couple of months. She was so pissed that I was going to leave the family behind and that I hadn't told the family anything. She talked about how mom and dad have saved for us to go to college and I just want to run away. Something broke inside me when she said that. I told her she has a college fund waiting for her, but I don't. Just like she can get anything she wants while I'm told to act my age and not want anything. I told her she expects me to be a maid when I get nothing and she gets everything. I told her I am not that much older than her, but everyone expects me to be an adult. I asked her how she'd feel if she was supposed to juggle a younger sibling, taking care of the bulk of household chores, schoolwork and not getting time with friends. That the only reason you have shit is because you work, but it leaves you exhausted because you already have so much on. I told her that is my life and she doesn't make me want to stay any more than our parents do. To cut this short, she's upset and I was called an asshole for being so mean to her. My sister said I was an asshole for dumping all that on her shoulders. AITA. NTA, but your parents sure are. Agreed. I will need a lot of therapy eventually to try and unpack all of this. There is a difference between being mean and being honest at a breaking point. You didn't call her names. You didn't say things to insult her. All you did was tell her how you felt all these years. If her response to being told that you have had nothing your whole life while she had everything is to call you mean, she is too far gone. Maybe later in life she'll see what was happening and may try to make amends, and you can have a sister. But right now you have two bosses and a client. NTA. Really, how could OP expect any other response, given the family dynamic? The sister thinks that the parents are great, and she had a close sister who pulled away because that's what teenagers do. And then all that gets shattered to pieces. Given OP's anger, she probably also thinks OP blames and hates her for what their parents did, rather than just resents the role that two girls have been forced into. And it's not like the parents taught her sister to think about others as well as herself, so the very human, very teenage tendency to focus on herself is understandably amplified. I hope OP can make it clear to her sister that this is about the parents, not the sister, and that their parents raised both of them poorly, and in a way that means they both need space and development, since their parents never provided that. But it doesn't mean OP blames her sister for merely existing, and OP should express that at some point in the near future. NTA, in my opinion. I know you said she's a kid, but you're also a kid. You don't deserve this kind of treatment from your parents and should get to be a kid. You're not her parent. She's also 14, old enough to know what's going on and understand that it's not right. She needs to know that information. My sister said I was an asshole for dumping all that on her shoulders. But it was okay whilst all that was on your shoulders, alone, for all those years. Sounds like she needed a reality check and you need to get out of there ASAP. Your childhood was stolen from you, don't let them take any more OP. NTA. And good luck. You're NTA. I don't blame you for leaving, your parents suck. Your sister is a product of her environment and sadly never developed the self-awareness to see it until you called her out. The truth hurts. Make your plans, get out. Enjoy your life.